All right, I'm aware that hockey's already on for tonight. We had to go back to the house, make sure we had everything all cleaned out, make sure we have everything here, and at this point, it would appear that we do. So everything's out of the other house. Everything's now here. This is not my set. Don't worry, this isn't it. This is the dining room upstairs. Starting tomorrow at the earliest, we'll be able to start moving stuff downstairs, and I'll be able to start doing videos in the room, which I intend to use for my set. I have a lot of jerseys set up in the room here, so if the acoustics suddenly got better today, it's because I have a ton of jerseys standing there, basically almost walling this room in, because it's really a wide open space up here. There's a lot of wide open space. Kitchen's right here, living room right there. But I wanted to talk about this today because it is standard on this channel for me to talk about a team when they've had a 10-game winning streak. So, well aware that they've started the 11th game, which could be a win, could break the streak, whatever it does. It is worthy of note that Tampa has got here, and we haven't really talked about it. It's not like St. Louis. It's not like when Columbus had that huge winning streak last year, or Philadelphia's winning streak that they had. This is just, oh yeah, Tampa's won 10 in a row. It's a new team record. And it shows how amazing a season they're having. So, last year, they finished 54, 23, and 5. Those are excellent numbers. 113 points. They finished third overall in the NHL. Great season. But this year, 49, 11, and 4. They're going to finish with less than 20 regulation losses. They could very well finish with 60-plus regulation or overtime wins. 102 points right now. So if they lost every game the rest of the way, they probably still finish second in their division. At worst, I would think. I don't even think that with 102 points they'd finish much further down than second. That being said, let's see how they get here. At home, they're 26-5-7. Pretty excellent record. On the road, they're 23-6-2. Also an excellent record. Versus the East, they're 33-5. That is such a crazy record. Versus the West, they're 16-6-4. So they have trouble with the West, where they're only 10 games above 500. Yeah. Versus the Atlantic, they're 15-3. Versus the Metro, they're 18-2. Wow. Versus the Central, they're 6-2-3. So the Central seems to give them more trouble than the other divisions. They've lost 2 out of 11 in regulation. Poor guys. 10-4-1 versus the Pacific. It is a crazy record that has been put forward by the Tampa Bay Lightning this year. It's just insane. Month by month, it doesn't get any less impressive. 8-2-1 in October, 10-5-1 or 10-5-0 in November, 13-0-1 in December, 6-4 in January. January, right? They're only 6-4. What a terrible month that was. They made up for it this month. They're 12-0-2. This is the last day of February. They could very well be 13-0-2. At worst, they're 12-1-2 for the month of February. Just absolute insanity. So how did we get here? Well, the 10-game winning streak that they have on the line tonight going into Boston started with them winning at home versus Pittsburgh 5-4. Then they go to Florida. They win 5-2. Then they go back home and dominance takes over. They beat Calgary 6-3, Dallas 6-0, and Montreal 3-0. After that, they went to Columbus and Philly. They won both games, 5-1 and 5-2 respectively, against teams that desperately need points. It's the other impressive thing. It doesn't matter how desperate a team is, they still beat them. Then they go home and play Buffalo. They beat them in a shootout, 2-1. They played at home against the Kings. They won 4-3 also in a shootout. And then they went to the New York Rangers, and they won that one in overtime 4-3. What would you like? I know, you're crazy. Anyways, special teams. Power play is 29.72%. Penalty kill, 86.12%. The grand total, 115.84. Now, if you've been following this channel long enough, you'll know that early on in the year I was measuring special teams by adding their penalty kill and power play together, and anything above 100 was pretty good. Anything above 110 was excellent. Well, these guys at this point in the season are still at 115.84. Absolutely insane. Kucherov has 104 points. Braden Point has 80. And Stamkos has 77. Pretty amazing totals. Vasilevsky, 29 wins, 930 save percentage. I don't have Demang on the board, but Demang has 19 wins himself. It is an insane number, and Pasquale when he was called into action had a win as well. So it doesn't matter who's in net, doesn't matter who's playing. Now, are they getting older? That's the thing, right? Well, what are they going to do next year? They're going to get older. Not really. Strawman, 32. This is all from Hockey Reference, so some of these guys may have aged a year since Hockey Reference threw them on there. Braden Coburn's 33, Ryan Callahan 33, Dan Girardi 34. And of course, there's been a lot of talk for years about them wanting to dump Callahan's contract so they can keep everything together. It's an impressive everything they're trying to keep together, and the fact that only 4 guys are above the age of 30, that's a very impressive number overall. Now, who's unrestricted and restricted free agents this summer? Well, unrestricted free agents, Strawman, Coburn, and Girardi, all in their 30s. They may very well all be allowed to go because there's some young defensemen up and coming, some that are already in the lineup, and another 1 or 2 that may very well debut next year. Restricted free agents, Paquette and Ernie. Point, I've got an asterisk next to Point because Braden Point is going to get paid. Dude is going to make some serious money this summer. And Danik Martel is in there as well. Now, for next season, I've got $83 million as the cap because that's highly likely to be the cap. They currently would have $9.88 million in cap space with these guys to be signed. That's why I'm saying Strawman, Coburn, and Girardi probably all fall by the wayside in order that they can re-sign Point. And then you say to yourself, well, that's going to weaken them. Maybe, but there's some good prospects coming up. They can dump some guys off if they have to. Connor Ingram is putting up very solid numbers for the Syracuse Crunch this year as a goaltender. He's 21 years of age, I believe. Cal Foote, excellent season for the Syracuse Crunch this year. Cal Foote could come in and play for Tampa next year and could be amazing. Up front, they have Taylor Radish, Carter Verhaeghe, and Alex Barboulay, who was a free agent signing, undrafted. Undrafted doesn't mean anything, just ask Yanni Gourde. They have absolutely made their living in grabbing guys late in the draft, finding those hidden gems who were never drafted. This is a very impressive organization that just continues to impress. And so while they've got this 10-game winning streak, and that is the reason for this video right now, the overall picture for them is kind of fantastic. This Tampa Bay Lightning team right now, this is a juggernaut. And there's every opportunity that next year, if Strawman, Coburn, and Girardi all go, then you're losing 3 experienced defensemen. Now, they may very well be able to talk Strawman into sticking around for maybe a bit less money. But you've got Sergachev is going to get more time. Chernak has looked like a keeper. And Cal Foote coming up. So those are 3 guys right there. And you're not including Hedman. You're not including McDonough in that. That's 5 guys. So their defense is still going to be solid, even if all 3 of those guys walk. It's a tremendous picture painted for the Tampa Bay Lightning right now. What are they going to do in March? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do not forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Now I got some hockey to watch. And for people who are saying, when are more videos going to happen? Well, soon. Very, very soon. Once I've got everything moved downstairs, we've got all this stuff unpacked, we're good to go. And I've got my little Vegas Strong thing up there just to show that, yeah, I've got all this extra stuff people have given me and sent me that is just waiting for the new set. And I'm excited about that. So thank you guys so much for all your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.